Good afternoon, everyone. So good to see you all here. And thank you, WAM, for giving me this opportunity to be here. I think this is my third event with WAM. The first two was online, of course. And I'm happy to be here on the stage sharing my experiences and some technology discussions with you guys. Yes, I know it was too early. Even I thought VFX sessions early morning was difficult, but it was worth it. It was really very interesting with the knowledge which the panelists had shared, Mr. Vikram Bhatt, who shared his experiences and his story about filmmaking. So let's have some discussion, some more knowledge share about technology, right? Because we've heard about VFX, we've heard about quality, we've heard about artists, and definitely we also have to know and talk about the tools which make this happen. So we have a lot of technology discussions. I can see my dear friend also who will be talking about, but I'm here to represent my company, and my name is Samit Shetty. I'm based out of Mumbai. I'm the technical solution manager with Autodesk Media and Entertainment. And prior to that, I was a visual effects artist myself. And because of my previous experience and technical expertise, I've been working with Autodesk for quite a long time. And I'm sure you guys have heard about the technology company Autodesk, but I want to reintroduce you to this company once again. And we've been there for quite a long time in different spaces, be it architecture, be it design, manufacturing, and the media and entertainment space. So I would start with a small ad which we recently released in our annual conference this year, and then we're going to talk about it future. Can we have the lights? So, yeah.
Of all the legendary names in Hollywood, one stands out, Otto Duschinsky, affectionately known to his friends as Autodesk.
What do I think when you mention the name Autodesk? Hollywood legend, icon.
I wouldn't be the filmmaker I am today without Autodesk.
He has been called a world builder, a dream maker, an innovator.
He changed, game-changing.
Visual effects wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for Autodesk.
As curious as he was fearless, he would raise impossible structures, create the tools of our shared future, transform dreams into reality.
I mean, if Hollywood had a Mount Rushmore, Otto would be on it.
His grasp of technology is awe-inspiring.
He can do it all. He's a wizard.
What's your favorite movie? I bet Otto worked on it.
I never met Otto, but he changed my life.
And though he never sought the spotlight, tonight it will finally shine bright on Autodesk.
Congratulations, Otto.
Congrats, Otto.
Congratulations, Otto.
Thank you for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Autodesk.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I use Autodesk software to make movies look amazing. There is no guy named Autodesk. Well, since I'm here, I want to thank...
And so the world finally realized what should have been pretty obvious. Autodesk is a software company that helps people make anything, like visual effects for movies, and skyscrapers, and space robots. The man and the myth were no more.
Oh, software maker. That does make sense.
Make movies, make buildings, make products, make worlds, make anything. Autodesk.
Well, thank you so much. And yeah, it's true that we make anything, right? From the mobile phones, which you have it in your hand, from the automobiles, which you travel, for infrastructure. Everything has a touch of Autodesk tools and softwares connected to it. And we're very proud that media and entertainment software is used in the media entertainment industry, be it visual effects, be it 3D pioneerly, is also being used in the industry for quite a long time. So what I'm going to talk about, I know a lot of people have heard about Autodesk. People have already heard about our hero products like Max and Maya and so on. I don't want to talk about that repeatedly because yes, it's been there, it's been used for all major 3D projects. What I want to talk about the future and trends in the media and entertainment industry and how as Autodeskers are helping achieve those goals. So the trends in media and entertainment is changing big time. I don't want to repeat the same thing again and again. We all know that content has become the most important thing with the growth of OTT platforms, TV channels, YouTubes, all these platforms. There is a need of content which has come up in the past few years, which means more work, more technology, more visual effects for all of us. Virtual production, we've discussed enough in the past. Metaverse, AR, VR, all of this has also been a part of our journey throughout. And the new kid, again, is in the industry is 3D digitalization in the e-commerce world. I'm sure everyone does online shopping, and the products which we see nowadays are not real, but they look so fantastically real, and that's because they make it so convincingly, and it's of course difficult to shoot or photograph them in multiple colors and so on. So it's much more easier and reusable. That's another market which we have. And production in cloud is again which the industry is going towards, and we are seeing the growth day in, day out. Now, everyone is contributing to the industry to make the industry much more faster and efficient, and the quality also has to grow every day. Couple of the open source tools which the industry has come across, like to name them, USD, Material X, OpenColor, IO, and so on, are contributions from different organizations to the industry so that we all grow together and work efficiently. Like USD was designed by Pixar, and now they've given it to the industry for every one of us to enjoy and use. Similarly, even we as an Autodesk has released our tool called as RV Player. RV Player, for all those who are not aware, is one of the best media players which can run 4K real-time playback. You can have color calibrations to it. You can have split screens to see your before and the later visual effect shots and match it match it with true colors and so on. So we have open sourced it because earlier it was a part of the software package which people had to buy, and now that it's open source, everyone can use it and so on. And we are also very heavily investing in the future trends. As I said, USD is one which the industry has with it, and all the tools and softwares have to support it. Similarly, our softwares like Maya and Max also support USD. Now, how many 3D artists in the room? Perfect. Yes. Even though if you're not a 3D artist, but you've heard from the 3D artists a lot of time that, oh, this file is super heavy. It takes a lot of time for the file to open. You can go out, have coffee, and come back, and the file is still opening, right? But with USD, that's not done. You can see the massive, the amount of trees, polygons, everything in the scene. But you click, USD file opens. Imagine if this was not available in Maya, because most of the content is still happening in Maya and Max, and you had to still wait for the file to open. It's a waste of time, and that means you're reaching the deadline very fast, and you're still not completed the shots. All the smaller tools or plugins inside Maya and Max are also now USD ready. For example, if you've heard of Bifrost, which I'm going to quickly introduce you to, is also USD ready so that you can convert your procedural node-based environment or effects to an USD file and share across the different tools that the industry or the studio is using. For example, in this case, Bifrost, as I said, is a very it's a procedural node-based environment where you can not just create effects like Houdini, but you can also do a lot of modeling stuff. And if you want to create a scene which has massive polygons, and you know that the scene is going to be heavier and heavier, all you can do is use Bifrost to multiply and duplicate the polygons. In this case, if you can see, we use nodes, which is like a plugin. So for an artist, he can just tweak it by increasing the number of the tools that he wants or reducing it to less based on the client's requirement. And what happens is, we all know that when your viewport is filled with tons and tons of polygons, lakhs of polygons, it is bound to go slow. You might take time to toggle the environment or the viewport and so on. But here in this case, it is absolutely faster. You can even use your viewport rendering to see the final output, almost the final output, so that the look dev guy is not wasting a lot of time waiting for hours for just one single frame to render. So that's the advantage of having USD and the procedural environment of Bifrost as well. Now, I'm sure a lot of Unreal users in this room also. Unreal is an engine which allows you to do real-time real-time rendering, and a lot many other things, like it's a game engine as well. But the content, a lot of people still create content inside Maya and Max and bring it inside Unreal. So if there is a very weak bridge between these two softwares, it's going to be a problem again, right? So we created this Unreal link between Maya and Unreal, so that you just click, with just one button click, your files from Maya are going to open inside Unreal. And this is not just one-way traffic. Any changes you do it in Unreal will also be reflected inside Maya, so that you are aware of what all changes has happened in terms of the positions and alignment inside Unreal, and you can come back to Maya, do the tweaking, and send it back to Unreal. So that's the case. A couple of years back, we did this live link with Unity as well. So we have this live link between any engines. If you're using Unity, you can. If you're using Unreal, we have the live link here. And it's available in the Autodesk store, so you can download this plugin very easily.
Hi, everybody.
Any questions? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Coming back after Panchgani, working as an IT teacher to satisfy the basic need and to see my dad who was paralyzed. This is the one guy who supported me to get my legs help in this industry. And my question is, sir, what kind of technology has been developed to make the crowd simulation in the particular scenes very easy? And what role mocap is playing right now to get animation more flexible, like in Polar Express, or you can see into the Golden Compass? Thanks.
Cool. So thanks, Prasad, for your question. I'll unfortunately, you'll have to wait till the end of the presentation for the second question, which was on mocap. And for crowd simulation, there are plenty of plugins which are very easy to use. And in fact, the Bifrost, which I spoke about, I still have some slides on Bifrost. It is not just used for FX. It can be used for modeling. It can be used for multiple reasons. Even for your crowd simulation, if you have a couple of characters, you can multiply them in thousands and make them move around. They can collide if anything comes in between, or they can collide with each other, and so on. And all this happens within Maya. So you don't have to move your assets from one tool to another and so on. So I hope this answers your question.
Okay, and just sir, cutting him, last question. Please, over to you.
So, yeah, I mean, we've heard from the panelists and from the experts that you do visual effects when you can't do things in real. So if there is an artist who's acting or dancing, then you don't need a mocap. But if you want a certain movement from a character, a 3D character, which is not possible to do using keyframes, that's how mocap was invented, and that's why it was invented. And of course, if something which you and me cannot do, we will let the technology do it. Thank you. So, yep, coming back to our technology, again, we have this web-ready open GLTF file format, where especially for the 3D, 3D e-commerce industry, where you create a 3D model, but you want to view it in a web browser. This does it because 3ds Max has a exporter where you can export it to GLTF format. Animators in the industry, in this room as well as outside, the biggest pain was the performance of the software. Like, many a times we are very used to blaming it on the software, that the software is crashing, the software is slow. But we don't realize that we make the file size so heavier because we are greedy. We want to add more, and then we make the softwares behave weird. So that's it. What we're trying to do is we've made from Maya previous version, that 2016 to 2018 to 22, we made it more GPU accelerated so that the performance of the keyframe animation or the mocap mocap data which you've brought inside Maya can perform faster, and you can see them in real time. So the example is, this is a mocap 3D file with a mocap thing, and you can see the different versions of Maya. See the evolution of the performance within the viewport has been really great. It used to play 1.5 frame per second to real-time 60 frame per second. On the viewport, this is not even a rendered output, this is the viewport output. So you can see the difference in performance, which will eventually help the artist achieve, because if he sees it real time, he or she sees it real time, he or she can see that, hey, this is the problem, I need to address it. Otherwise, they have to wait for a couple of hours for the play blast to happen, and that's a waste of time. Again, as I said, the viewport has become so real time that you don't need to hit the render button again and again. That's because you do the look and development using the lights within the viewport. Traditional artists, I see a lot of young guys, but people of my age who have worked on the softwares, we used to hit the render button, go out, come back, and you see still 20-30% of render remaining. And that's how we used to wait and take decisions whether it's fine or no. But it's all real time right now, which is helping the artist, saving a lot of time. This is again the same example of how your 3D visualization happens. Procedural, as I said, Bifrost is not just meant for your effects, it's also meant for modeling stuff, for animating stuff. If you want to create realistic cloth, which is knitting it all itself, you can do it very easily. For sparks or fire and so on, Bifrost is all. So it's all in one, a very good tool because it's node-based, it's procedural. You can anytime tweak what you want. You can create it as a compound, as a plugin, and give it to an artist who is not a technical person, who does not understand the node-based procedural workflow. This is one example. This is not a model. I mean, it is a 3D model, but not done in the traditional modeling way. We've just used a plane and added nodes where you can have grass, you can have bumpiness, you can have rocks. Now imagine if this was a file which we shown it to the director saying, hey, this is your terrain which you asked for, and we've spent 10 days doing this. And the director says, hey, it's good, but the amount of rocks which is here has to be there. The grass has to be less, the mud has to be more, and blah, blah, blah. So it's another 10 days of job. Whereas because it's procedural, what you're giving to an artist is a plugin where he can just tweak the parameters and change everything from the size of the rock to the amount of grass or mud and so on. So it's that fast, which we all need right now. Coming back to moving out from traditional 3D and stuff like that, the most important thing is we know that we have hierarchies, we have modelers, texturing artists, rigging artists, and we have a huge team, and directors and producers. We have to coordinate between all of us, right? So we use emails, we use WhatsApps, we use phones to communicate, and that it's very easy for us to lose data, lose track of documents and so on. So we have acquired this tool called as Short Grid, which was earlier called as Shotgun. It's a complete package of production management. It's not a creative tool where you can create something, but it's a tool which can manage production, which is a one-stop shop, a single source of truth to discuss and talk between the entire team, right from the artist to supervisor to the manager to the owner to the directors, everyone. So you can very easily create schedules for your artist. We can very easily assign tasks to the artist. We can very easily track of the progress on daily basis, weekly basis, hourly basis based on people who have said, hey, this shot is ready and I am sending it for reviews. He changes the status, he or she, it's updated directly there and there. It's a very good tool for review as well. It's a short video.
Production can be overwhelming. The vast amounts of data that go into a project, assignments, resources, working files, reviewable media, paired with aggressive deadlines, can easily be stressful without a scalable tool that keeps us on track. ShotGrid is a secure, powerful data management platform that enables studios to work faster, better, and more efficiently. Trusted by thousands of creatives worldwide, ShotGrid is a central hub that unifies production management, the creative process, and pipelines. ShotGrid empowers artists to be more creative while finishing their work on time and on budget. Let's take a quick tour. Starting from the Projects page, we have easy access to everything we need in ShotGrid, like reading messages in our inbox, selecting a project, and configuring our user settings. We can see all the things we are tracking in the project nav. Here we are tracking assets and shots with the film template, but ShotGrid ships with other templates, like games with levels and TV with episodes. We can customize the project nav based on our team's needs so they can be more efficient. ShotGrid tracks everything from projects down to versions to keep producers, creatives, and technical teams united. Selecting from the project nav, we can see all of the Dreadnought assets, and we can select one to see all of its tasks, notes, media, publishes, and other related information. Our team stays connected by following the activity on an asset. Now, when someone creates a note, submits media, or changes important information, we'll see an update in our inbox. We can toggle between dark and light modes with our frequently shifting environments. For each thing we build, we have a set of tasks. The Tasks page shows us a full list of tasks that need to get done in the project, along with important information such as who the task was assigned to, the reviewer, start date, due date, and bid information, so producers can effectively steer teams. We can adjust data via fields, or we can update more visually on the Gantt. And when tasks are assigned to creatives, they'll see them in ShotGrid Create, a desktop experience built on Academy Award-winning RV technology specifically for creative teams using ShotGrid. ShotGrid Create allows artists and reviewers to focus on their creativity by keeping them closer to their desktop creative applications and high-performance native media playback. Reviewers will see all work that needs immediate attention and converse with the artists. Even in different locations around the world, accelerating the review cycle. And artists can see all of their tasks, submit media, log their time, and launch their creative apps so they never have to switch context.
Well, that was a short introduction about ShotGrid, and it's vast. You can do many things with ShotGrid in terms of managing your production, especially the post, which we always worry about, and we use multiple tools like Excel sheets, Google Drives, blah blah blah, emails, and so on to do. This is one-stop shop. Arnold is again an inbuilt renderer, which we acquired 5-6 years back, and now it's a part of the main DCC tool, which is Maya and Max. We have also released the GPU version of Arnold for faster rendering, for faster look dev, And you can see from version 5.3 to Unreal 7 and more, the amount of development which has happened. And these are some testimony from some happy customers who have given real good feedbacks about how Arnold is really helping them achieve their goals in terms of rendering and fine quality output and things like that. So it's used extensively in all industries, be it design, visualization, animation, and visual effects. As I said, I'm not going to talk a lot about Maya and Max because there's tons and tons of resources and updates also already available on the web. But what I want to talk about now is our recent acquisition and investments which Autodesk has done based on the requirement which the technology people, the VFX supervisors, studios, and the projects have been always asking for. So the first thing is, what we did in just last 1 year during pandemic, we acquired two companies and we invested in one. One is Tangent Labs, which the product called as Loop. Then we also acquired a company called as Moxion. I'm going to talk a little bit about all these. And then we invested some in the mocap technology, which is Radical. So I'm going to give you a gist of all these. Loop was by a company called as Tangent Lab, which we acquired, what Loop could do is it was very good with asset management on the cloud. Now this was something which was lacking in ShortGrid because ShortGrid can do task management, ShortGrid can assign tasks, can review, do everything, but the problem was having your assets also linked in the cloud so that anyone from anywhere can pull it. And that's something which Tangent Labs has. It had a very good asset management tool. It can do task management similar to ShortGrid, media review, and render management also. What we are doing now is trying to build one unified environment. It's something which is future. I may not be able to share all the details, but we are coming up with a new technology called as Flow. We have announced it last year. You can read it online about it also. So this technology will be more implemented on that side, which is majorly on the cloud. So that's something which we are going towards. Moxion, very interesting. I just spoke about ShortGrid, which was a management product, a management tool in the post-production side. And Autodesk has always been in the post-production side, be it 3D modeling, be it animation, rendering, and things like that. But I think this is for the first time we are also doing something in the production side. So what Moxion is, in short?
Welcome to Moxion, the award-winning all-in-one tool for your whole production lifecycle, from pre-production planning to post-production and release. Trusted on projects from Hollywood blockbusters to indie breakouts, TV shows and commercials, Moxion empowers productions of all sizes to prep, shoot, collaborate, and review in one secure place. Moxion empowers your production and post-production teams to review productions and collaborate remotely, safely, and securely without setbacks.
So as you can see, Moxion, we acquired it, and people who developed Moxion was because of the need, as you've heard in the previous sessions, that industry moved to a complete digital platform. And when it's digital, Vishal would be, the most happiest person to say, I can shoot and shoot. I don't worry about my celluloid reels and so on. And if I'm not happy, I'll just delete it because it's eventually a data which is sitting on your hard disk. But the problem is managing that big data. Like, you shot for 5 hours and one take. You don't know which was the right one, right? And then you get confused after the shot has been done. So that's the challenge which a lot of people are facing during production. And at the same time, only 10 days to shoot. Am I shooting it right? And will I have some surprises when I go back to the edit table and then I realize no shooting budgets, you can't go back and then do it in VFX, right? So this is one solution which a lot of blockbuster movies and production houses, adapted. And you can see there's been a lot of projects which people have done on using Moxion, because Moxion is a tool which takes your data, delivers directly from the camera. I mean, not literally from the camera, but directly put it on cloud. People can be sitting anywhere in the world. I can be sitting in any part of the world where I can download this proxies, edit it, and immediately send it back to the director wherever he's shooting and say, hey, this is what your edit looks like. Do you want to add some more patchworks or you want to continue with that? It can also go to the VFX supervisors or VFX artists for rough compositing and say, hey, this is not matching, the angle is not matching, reshoot. So you don't have to wait till the end of the day for all your edits to happen inside the hotel room and then again have the green screen up, again have the setups done and reshoot it again. So this is again a save of time. So experience the powerful edit tools within the Moxion environment. You have HDRI, Dolby Vision, without any additional hardware requirement, right? And you can also share your NDIs live streaming to wherever, to producer, to a director, or to an DOP to say, hey, this is what your output look like. And it's designed for streaming media. Moxion caters to every screen and every bit rate. And it's also compatible with a lot of handy devices, be it iPad, be it tabs, or be it mobile phones, and so on. All right, so this last thing which I want to talk about is Radical, something which is very close to mocap. It's not very close, it is a mocap, but it is very, very extremely simple format of a mocap, because today if I say, hey, let's do mocap, the thing which comes in your mind is, hey, I need a mocap setup. You need sensors on your body, you need multiple cameras, etc., etc. So let's not do mocap, let's do it handheld, right? So we invested heavily on a company called as Radical, and they have a very advanced technology, and the most cheapest is what I can say. I mean, in terms of gears, this mocap happens on the cloud, whereas the performances can happen everywhere or anywhere, right? So instead of me talking about it, let me play a video. This is a live demo which we did in 2022 in one of our Autodesk event. She is Gunjan, who works with our partner Reddington, and Stuti is Autodesk employee. She has no idea about M&E and visual effects, so we made her do this job because she was very excited. So you can see that's my laptop with a webcam. It's not even a DSLR or something, it's a webcam. Stuti is standing for 10 seconds so that the webcam captures her. Her clothes was not idle because it's flowing. It has to be slightly tight fitting. And you can see the way she moves, the mocap will behave, right? So what's happening is the camera is catching her motion, sending it to the cloud of Radical cloud, and we can see it real time in a monitor attached to it. Now, all you need is a good internet speed. We were doing it in a hotel lobby. I mean, where the event was happening, it was very close. I was using my mobile phone data. We didn't have a Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi was being shared by multiple people. So my mobile data worked best. And yes, I mean, the advantage is whatever she is doing will be captured on the cloud and given it to you back in an FBX format, which you can just assign it to your 3D characters with just no time spent. Now Radical has a very interesting thing. It has rooms, like how we have Zoom rooms and we have other rooms. For example, in this scenario, if there was two characters talking or interacting or fighting, we could create a room where maybe Stuti is sitting in Bangalore and I am sitting in Delhi. So both the rooms, both the characters will be in the same place and can act. So motion capture can happen from different locations, but the result will be seen in one room. So that's fantastic, right? Because if someone wants to punch, the other has to react. They have to be in the same environment. So that's something which we heavily invested on and looks fantastic. And people have been using it for faster deliverables like TV shows and stuff like that. It's fantastic. So If somebody wants to get more insights about Radical, they can also go to the Radical website, or you can just take a picture of this and put it on the web and you can learn more about it. So that was my time, guys, and I don't want to take you to too much of technical knowledge, and I know we have more sessions to go as well. I think we are slightly back on time. I'll just leave you with the Autodesk showreel, and if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands now, or I'm around the whole day. Thank you.